What is going on, guys? Pdaaaawg here, and welcome to Dose of the DAWG episode 15B. It's just me this time because some man couldn't be with us this time. But anyway, EVO is finished. Well, it ended a couple of days ago, but pretty much I didn't make this video because it's on my laptop for quite a number of days, but I have it again now, and now I can make this very nice and I can actually upload it. So we might as well just run down the results here, and I'm going to give my brief thoughts on it. It's not going to be a very long one. It's definitely not going to be like 41 minutes like what the last one was, but anyway, let's get started. I didn't really watch much of EVO. Well, I didn't watch anything on Saturday. I watched most of the polls on Friday for AE, and then I watched the finals of King of Fighters, Marvel, and Street Fighter Arcade Edition. Well, I didn't watch all of Top 8 in King of Fighters. I've just seen the grand final of King of Fighters 13. I didn't see any of Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Soul Calibur 5, the Tournament Legends for Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Skullgirls, or Virtual Fighter. So I didn't see any of that there, but I'll just give you the results here. Fudo won Virtual Fighter 5, which doesn't surprise me that much, because I remember Samman was talking, I think he was saying something like Fudo was really good at Virtual Fighter 5, so seeing that doesn't really surprise me that much. Skullgirls, Duck Eater, I believe, came first in Skullgirls. I don't pay attention to it, and I don't know who that is, so I don't really know. In Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, it was interesting because you had somebody called Mayo with Vega won Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Tournaments of Legends. You had Kusamondo, who's a Honda player who I think I've heard of, and Afro Legend came third, and then Daigo and Tokido were after that. Damdai, surprisingly, Mars Gatti and Rizwan were in the bottom ones. So interesting results, I think. Daigo always seems to come fourth in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which is pretty weird, but I don't really pay attention to that either, so I'll pretty much get to the meat of it whenever I get to the bigger games. Soul Calibur 5 is won by Shining Decapon. I don't know, I can't read anything, and I've never heard of these people before, so apologies if I can't really pronounce them very well. Street Fighter Cross Tekken was won by Laugh and Infiltration, who's the Korean team Western Wolves. Ricky Ortiz and Pierre Barrock came second, which is pretty interesting. I don't really pay attention to that game, but I do know that Pierre Barrock plays Ryu in that game, and Ricky Ortiz plays Rufus, which doesn't really surprise me. So that's kind of interesting enough. Quite a lot of Ryus were in the top 8 Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Funny enough, Combo Fiend and Mike Ross came fourth with their team of Julia and Marduk. Shoutouts to Mike Ross and using Marduk, because obviously that's the card that Sandman uses the most, and shoutouts to him being represented. You also have Tokido and Fudo came third. MOV and Punko came fifth. Richard and Tatsu, Team Eternal Rival, they came fifth. A lot of people thought they were going to win it, which is pretty funny. Kazunuko and Bonchan came seventh, and then the funny thing is at the very bottom was a team called Team Question Mark, and they didn't even know who the heck these people were, which I think is pretty funny. And I kind of expected it for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but some random team that nobody's ever heard of is going to come into top 8. Mortal Kombat was won by Perfect Legend for the second year in a row, and his Kung Lao, which I've heard has been indestructible. So shoutouts to him winning 2 EVOs in a row with Mortal Kombat. That's crazy. King of Fighters 13, a lot of people said was the hypest of the night, especially the grand finals whenever Bala didn't win. It was won by somebody called Mad KOF, who's also a Korean player. Bala, everyone thought Bala was going to win it and he was going to take it all, but Mad KOF came from loser's bracket to win it all. Very surprising there, and yeah, so the crowd really got into it as well, which I thought was really cool. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. A lot of people thought that this is probably the best top 8 of the night in terms of like hype, but I'll pretty much run down this guide. YTJ and Justin Wong, Justin Wong, he got into top 8, but they came 7th. Well, they were the bottom 2. Flocker and Fruitsy. You show this to Fruitsy for using for Modok, like a professional Modok player. I think it's really cool. You know, getting pleasing higher than Justin Wong in Marvel, which I think is ridiculous. So yeah, they were there. Then Combo Fiend came 4th, which a lot of people were pretty upset about. They thought he was going to win it. Chris G, shoutouts to him because he did really well. I think he went all the way from losers bracket to almost get like grand final. Infrit, who to my knowledge is the #1 on Xbox Live. He actually went to EVO, and he regularly appears on Wednesday Night Fights, I think. And he came second, only losing the Filipino champ, He won the whole thing. A lot of people aren't very happy about that because a lot of people just don't like Filipino Champ's attitude. Personally, I was rooting for Infrit, I think, because I just like the team he plays. And everyone, he plays Spencer, and it's pretty funny because everyone was like chanting all the stuff that Spencer does, like Bionic. Oh, I mean, like the entire crowd was doing it. I think that was pretty cool. Yeah, Filipino Champ. To what I remember, Filipino Champ fought Infrit in winners finals, and Filipino Champ actually lost, and he had to fight Chris G. He actually beat Chris G, and then he had to fight Infrit in the grand final, in which he came back from losers bracket. A lot of people, and also Infrit, don't touch his hair, and he has like the Daigo face where he doesn't, his emotions don't change. And then finally, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition version 2012. Very interesting top 8. You had people, like Daigo, Pdaaaawg, Infiltration, and Human Bomb were in winners bracket, and losers bracket you had like Punko, Xiaohai, Gamer B, and Dominion were in losers bracket. So I missed the first matchup, but I caught it on YouTube. It was Xiaohai versus Punko. Punko, a lot of people thought he wasn't doing too well, and that he wasn't as random as he was if, like, remember the infamous moment in top 8 last year whenever he perfected Daigo because he was so random, he was mashing them DPs and all that stuff. So he actually didn't really do much, and Xiaohai, shoutouts to him playing Kami. I keep on saying shoutouts to him, I'm very sorry for that. But yeah, he eliminated Punko immediately. Dominion versus Gamer B. I actually thought this matchup was good in Gal's favor, but then once I saw this matchup, I was like, oh, wait a second, never mind. Because Gamer B absolutely destroyed Dominion. Dominion wasn't looking too hot. So a lot of people were saying stuff like it was midnight over there, and they had to wait until midnight to play. They didn't play any Arcade Edition on Saturday, so they're all kind of rusty. We had those there type of excuses thrown about. I didn't really mind, to be honest, but I will agree that I was a bit disappointed in like the hype factor. Nobody seemed to be getting into it. Once Marvel was over, like AE seemed to kind of a letdown, which kind of annoyed me. So yeah, Dominion got eliminated. So Dominion and Punko were both eliminated. In winners final, you had Pdaaaawg versus Human Bomb. Human Bomb dropped everything with Sakura. It was very surprising, but Pdaaaawg was able to capitalize, and he moved forward into the winners side. And then also you had Infiltration versus Daigo, which was a very interesting matchup because Daigo got bodied, simple as. Daigo just could not get anything going. Infiltration was just running all over him. Like, here's what happened at the very beginning of the first round of the first match. Daigo walked up, crouching medium kick, fireball 2 and 1. Infiltration immediately focused attack straight through it, crouching medium punch Tatsuya into DP immediately, right off the bat. So then after that, he just completely dominated him. He hit him with 2 demons, I believe. Yeah, I think it was 2 demons on Daigo. He hit 7 demons total in AE, and once you've seen that, you were like, oh, flip, Infiltration's won this. So then after Infiltration, you had, I believe it was, what was it? It was, I'm trying to remember what was the next match. I think it might have been Human Bomb versus Gamer B, perhaps? And I think Gamer B beat Human Bomb to eliminate him. And then Xiaohai, and then Xiaohai fought Daigo, eliminating Daigo. So Daigo just got eliminated. He lost both his matches, which means this is the first EVO he didn't put in the top 4. He was in the loser side of the top 8, which everyone was kind of surprised about. A lot of people thinking he's not as good as he once was, and obviously he didn't really perform as well this time because he got beat by a Kami player like that. Not many people knew, so it was very surprising for Daigo to lose, that quickly. And he did a few push-ups. He threw a fireball, and then Kami just immediately altered him. I don't know. It just looked like he wasn't playing as well, and then Xiaohai moved on. Next match was Pdaaaawg versus Infiltration. And Infiltration completely destroyed Pdaaaawg, and it was really surprising because you were like, wow, okay, that's pretty crazy. The Infiltration is just bodying everyone. Infiltration moved over to Grand Final. Then Gamer B had to fight Xiaohai. Gamer B beat Xiaohai pretty convincingly. Gamer B fought Pdaaaawg, in which it was a pretty actually here's a little funny fact for you. Every single match here went 2-0 in terms of games. Nobody, like, if somebody won the first game, they won the second game easy. So Gamer B once again beat Pdaaaawg. Kind of an upset because Pdaaaawg was the last American, even though he's from Puerto Rico. He was if you remember, it was Sandman's pick to win AE. He came 3rd instead. And then Infiltration versus Gamer B, Infiltration just bodied him, and Infiltration won AE. I'm kind of surprised by that there, as I made my predictions to Sandman afterwards on Saturday or on Sunday morning. We were talking about. I thought Infiltration. He's going to get beat by Daigo, and I was expecting Daigo versus Pdaaaawg in Grand Final. I think that's what everyone wanted to see. To be honest, everyone wanted to see that matchup, but instead, Infiltration came out of the toy box and just took everyone to the cleaners. It was ridiculous. So, Infiltration, Rock and Akuma, he won EVO. And interesting enough, like I said, it was pretty disappointing because there's no crazy hype moments like there was last year. It seems like all the hype went to Marvel this year. But my overall thoughts on EVO as a whole, it was like in terms of players. If you remember, this year they had more international players. They only had 2 Japanese in AE this year, I believe. They had who did they have? They had Daigo, and they had who else? I'm not too sure because they had Infiltration was from Korea, Gamer Beach from Taiwan, Pdaaaawg's from technically America, Xiaohai's from China, Daigu's from Japan, Human Bomb's from I think he's from Japan, isn't he? Or is he from? Or no, he's from he's from well, people think he's from Australia, but I think he's from like somewhere else around that area. I forget. Was it like Singapore or something? I'm not too sure. And then Dominion was American, and then Punko was Korean. So as you can see, there's only 1 Japanese person actually there, which is really surprising. So we're having more of like an international tournament, it seems, except for Marvel, where most of the people are still American. But yeah, so as you can see, like in terms of players, more international players, the skill was much higher. Like it's crazy now. In terms of hype, in terms of crazy comebacks or anything, not so much this year, which is kind of upsetting. It's probably why for a spectator sport, it wasn't that good. But in terms of watching for skill, yeah, it definitely blew the roof off. So, and also there wasn't as many Yuns. And in AE, every single character was different. You had Akuma, Adon, Balrog, Kami, Rei, Sakura, Gal, and Seth. All of them, for the first time ever, every single character was completely different. So that's pretty interesting. So anyway, I'm just going to end it here before it gets too long. My name's been Pdaaaawg. I hope you enjoyed this Dose of the DAWG episode 15B. And I've got a few more Dose of the DAWG ideas. And stay tuned in a couple of days' time for my surprise big announcement, which I just got confirmation of today, funny enough. So stick around for that there, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.